RS Components are doing an amazing thing.
We're about to do something crazy. The single biggest charity event in RS history. And raise a ton of money for Children with Cancer UK.
That moment you realise you've committed to raising £250,000, you think, what have I done? Tour de Branch is a bike ride.
We'll just cycle from our branches in Aberdeen down to St Pancras.
Branch to branch across the UK.
Over 80 riders.
56,000 feet of climb.
Shouldn't take long.
Travelling 1,100 miles.
And it's summer, so the weather's nice.
To raise £250,000.
It sounds so easy.
For Children with Cancer UK.
Children with Cancer UK perform a vital function.
Anything we can do as adults to just save some children's lives is absolutely what everyone should be looking to do.
I think I'm more of a social cyclist. I try and stay fit. Once donned with a very sharp seated bike, I'll do my best.
Here's a picture of my saddle sore.
Clearly a lot of people are more sensible than me and not mad enough and crazy enough that they can do this.
So I have a full-time job and then obviously have to cycle a lot, so I cycle backwards and forwards to work like once or twice a week.
Don't tell anyone. I've done 100 miles, but I've only ever done it one day.
1,000 miles is really difficult to get your head round.
In terms of what I will learn about myself, what my body can do. The human body can take a lot of abuse. You'd be surprised what your body can actually take. But your mind will always give up first.
I'm Greg Rutherford. I was lucky enough to win an Olympic gold medal in London in 2012.
I'm Alan Mears. I'm a senior product owner here at RS Components.
My name's Chris Chapman. I'm a graphic designer in marketing.
I'm Russell Bradbury and I'm a strategic project manager.
My name is Daniel Shorthouse. I work with a content enrichment executive.
My name is Nathan Higgs and I'm a commercial specialist.
My name is Owen Williams. I'm head of the cancer section at the Institute of Child Health.
My name is Donna Alsop and I'm the Corporate Partnerships Manager for Children with Cancer UK.
So I'm Mike England and I'm the president of EMEA.
My name is Susie Hutchings and I work in marketing. What do I do?
RS Components was founded in 1937, running out of a lock-up garage in London selling radio spares. We're now a major global distributor of electronics and industrial components with over 1 million customers. We're at the forefront of technology and innovation, and it's our goal to inspire the engineers of today and tomorrow. It's September 2018 and the adventure has begun. Susie has been asked to lead the project. It's potentially bigger than anything she's ever done.
You know, it felt like a pipe dream. It felt like it was just, you know, oh, wouldn't it be fun to do this? And I didn't really pay much attention to it until I think the idea of of what the event could do to raise money for charity. I think the moment that was mentioned, it was almost, the penny dropped, we have to do this.
One of the things that I've always felt very strongly about is that a company should have a greater sense of purpose and should do a lot to help its community. Everybody made the decision with me that Children with Cancer should be the charity of our choice.
This is our biggest corporate charity event the charity has ever had.
We were talking about how to create something that was really big and really fantastic. And the guys came back with this idea of a cycling trip. And we talked about the branches and we were talking a little bit around, gosh, that's quite a long journey. And the dream landed and off we went.
For the next few months, discovery sessions are taking place to see just how feasible this idea is.
This is it, the start, as I said this morning, getting people together. It's making it real.
Anyone got more details of each leg rather than just the start and the end, actually where it goes?
So we're working with a third party who are managing the cycling part of it, a guy called Andy Cook.
Andy Cook, charity bike ride superstar, is approached. He's worked with Help for Heroes and major celebrities like Davina McCall.
He's got a proposed exact route that he wants to cover, but until he goes out and does a full recce of that, we won't know 100% whether that's guaranteed. He's planning on doing that in the next 2 weeks.
So when a child has cancer, one thing that people don't realise is just how difficult it is for them during that period. The treatment is effectively filling a body with toxicity. Those children have to go through and endure some quite unbelievable pain. Back in 2006, my eldest son, Eli, was diagnosed with cancer. He had a tumour growing up from his pelvic floor, and we had 2 years of pretty challenging treatment, chemotherapy, radiotherapy. We were very, very worried at one point because not only was his cancer very, very serious, it was also likely that he was not going to be able to walk again and be in a wheelchair. Charities like Children with Cancer that are investing funds that they raise into research, not only to try and find cures, but also to try and reduce the toxicity of the medicines and to help the kids whilst they're going through the treatment. And for us, Children with Cancer and many other children's charities supported us and helped us to get through what was probably one of the most difficult experiences of our lives.
I'm pleased to say that Elijah has made a full recovery. It's Christmas time in the office. Staff know that something big is coming. Rumours have started about a massive project. Things start to happen fast. A dedicated team is pulled together and the tour de branche is revealed to the business.
Okay, so it's the 17th of December and our RS Tour de Branche webpage has now just gone live, so the whole of the business now knows all about our Tour de Branche bike ride that's going to take place in June next year, and we're warming everybody up for registration, which will open in January, so it's really exciting, yay!
The date for the tour is set. Our riders will set off in June 2019, only 6 months away. This is a daunting challenge and it's unclear how many will come forward.
Yeah, Susie will tell you that I was the first person through the door on the first day that the sign-up was available. I said, "Can I sign up the Tour de Branche, please?" She said, "Yeah, what section would you like to do?" All of it. And it didn't really occur to me that that would be that unusual.
When the opportunity came around to actually do the Tour de Branche and we first got that email to say something's coming, it was just perfect timing for me. And initially the hook was around the opportunity to be a sense of adventure. Realised actually quite early on the amount of effort and time that was required to organise something that is really, it's not an off the shelf. It's not like you can say, well, we're doing Land's End to John O'Groats. This route is completely 100% unique. We kind of realised actually at that point that we needed so much time.
As soon as I heard about Tour de Branche, I thought there's no way we're going to do this. This is impossible. But actually, when we started talking about it and I realised how serious RS were about the project, I realised it's something we could actually do.
The first suppliers are contacted, and we have no idea what the response will be. Raising £250,000 for charity is no easy feat, and to help us achieve this, we decided that we're going to think big. We plan to fundraise mainly through our cyclists, but also intend to seek support from our partners and suppliers.
Okay, so it is the 27th of February and I am just on my way to go and tell the team that we have our first corporate sponsorship deal for £6,000. We've got a long way to go to get to 250. I'm really excited that things are starting to move.
Children with Cancer UK have been around for 30 years and within that time we've been improving the lives and survival rates of children with cancer.
Children with Cancer UK was set up in 1988 after the founder's 14-year-old boy lost his battle with cancer. Before he passed, he asked them to promise to help other children. Since that promise, they've raised over £230 million and funded over 200 research projects. Every day in the UK, 12 families are told their child has cancer. In our book, that's 12 too many. And we're determined to do all we can to help change this devastating statistic.
My role is to support corporate companies like RS with all their fundraising activities and targets. Without that money, we wouldn't be able to carry on the research that we already do. We wouldn't be able to support our welfare events. And it really does make a huge difference. We receive no government funding, so all the donations we receive from RS will go straight to our 3 areas of fundraising, which is research, welfare, and most importantly, raising awareness.
We're also looking to secure a celebrity sponsor to help ensure we can maximise the exposure of the event in the press and on social media.
Okay, so I have a new update. We finally have our celebrity sponsor confirmed. Olympic gold medalist Greg Rutherford is going to be supporting our Tour de Branch event. So excited!
I think they're going to smash the £250,000 marker, which is absolutely brilliant. Children Cancer UK and RS Components are the perfect team at this point. Children Cancer UK have actually managed to lessen child mortality rates by about 20% in 30 years that they've been around. That's what we want. Cancer is a horrible, horrible thing. It doesn't discriminate. Anybody and everybody can get it. So we need to make sure we're doing what we can to get rid of it. And through something like this, we have a chance to get there a bit quicker.
With only 9 weeks until the launch, the team attend the RS Northern Europe Conference in Force. Raising awareness, getting new cyclists on board and pushing hard for more and more sponsorship. To get more cyclists on board, we go after our staff. Without enough to cover each stage, we're finished before we begin, and we really hope some will attempt the whole ride. It's humbling to see such commitment and enthusiasm from so many people. One by one, we get more and more to sign up. Andy Cook has finalised the route and has come in to meet the cyclists. He spends time talking to us about how important safety in numbers is when on busy roads. How riding in a group can keep you motivated, and also reiterates that this challenge will be incredibly hard, both physically and mentally. We only have 1 month to cram in as much training as possible. The cyclists are out in force and getting strong for the long road ahead.
Recently I had a cycle ride where I cycled from my house around 3 local reservoirs, so that's Grafham Water, Rutland Water and Pittsford Reservoir, and it hurt. It hurt during the ride, it hurt after the ride, it hurt the next day. And then I think about doing that every day for 12 days.
Being part of a team is a good thing. There's 5 or 6 of us and more in some places. This is a little bit different obviously because we're a bit of an eclectic group. We don't really work together a lot either, so you don't really get to know that person.
Will we hate each other? So that aspect's going to be really interesting over the 12 days, how we sort of meld as a team.
I will be joining Tour de Branch for the full 12 days. I will be out on the road, sitting on my arse in a van, cheering them along. I am going to be in full-on organisation mode.
The length of time. So everything else, I've done marathons, I've done iron distance triathlons, but looking at that, you just think, well, tomorrow's the last day. Well, with this, by day 4, you're still not halfway.
If you just carry on thinking just 1 more mile, you'll get to the end of it. You're just going to find a way to just get through the next mile and then the next mile.
So I know what getting up the next day when you're hurt and cycling the next day feels like a little bit, but doing double, triple that a day and then going the next day and doing the same again, that's going to hurt.
I'd say it's fun, but actually sometimes it's not. But it's great when it's over, but I have to admit, sometimes I've done things and gone, why did I sign up for this?
3 weeks to go. We have cyclists covering every stage and 4 core riders who will attempt the entire tour.
Hello my weekend warriors, I hope you are well. This is me, Justin. A bit of a shorter ride this week.
I feel like we've started something as a business that will continue after Tour de Branch. It's the highlight of my weekend, and that is true. That's not a sad fact, that's very true. It's the highlight of my weekend to see Alan Mears' vlogs when he's been out on his bike ride every Sunday.
I hate headwinds. I really don't like them. Yeah, shorter ride this week, but with that headwind it felt just as long, if not longer than normal. For those that did go out today, I'm sure you were very much the same as me. 1 minute sweating, the next minute wet. raincoat on, raincoat off, raincoat on, raincoat off. Oh man, so I think maybe I've got one ride left next Sunday. So possibly I'm as fit as I'm going to get. What worries me now is the mental side of things. When you go for rides around here, you know where you're going. When we're doing this tour malarkey, we're not going to know where we are. That's now worrying me, just not knowing where we're going.
So yes, I've looked at the routes. I suppose the first thing was to find out how hilly the routes actually were. And then when I picked my jaw up off the floor, then make sure that I'm prepared for it.
I think it's the time to put the training in. I don't really know how to train for it. This is just time, preparing to ride 1,000 miles, 12 days.
I've tailored my training to that. There's not many massive hills around here, so I tend to cycle north and it's very lumpy around there.
Without being too graphic, it's the sitting on a bike. That is the bit I'm just not looking forward to.
Spin sessions are set up to raise more for the charity and help with a little light training.
So don't want to push them too hard. The class is set up for people to take it as easy or as hard as they want. I'm cycling currently in the region of 20 miles a week through to 120 miles a week, depending on how many classes I'm involved in, and to get motivation to push yourself to make sure that you've done the miles is the really difficult part.
We're running out of time now. The core team head to London to meet the Children with Cancer UK.
I've had a son with very, very serious heart condition, and I spent a lot of time in hospital and witnessed the outcomes of being involved in that level of concern about your child. It's so important for me to not only find the cure and stop it from happening, support the children, support their families through what's a horrendously difficult, tiring and draining period of your life.
In the 60s, diagnosis of leukemia was an almost certain death sentence, so most children wouldn't be able to be cured with the therapies that were around in those days. And I think since then, clinical trials have resulted in the cure rates, modern day cure rates, of approximately 90%. So almost 9 out of 10 children that are diagnosed with leukemia will be cured nowadays. The Institute of Child Health is really a sister institute to the Great Ormond Street Hospital, and I think it allows an amazing interaction between doctors and scientists. Biology is a continuous puzzle that you're trying to solve, and I think that's the underlying drive. And I think the second one is really seeing the kids in the hospital. I walk through the hospital every day coming to work, and you're seeing kids being treated for all sorts of different disorders and diseases, and I think if I was able to contribute to any of that in any small way, I would feel very proud.
Meeting Phoebe was difficult because when she was diagnosed, she's a similar age to my daughter. She's an 8-year-old girl with a life ahead of her. It was something that I'll remember for a very, very long time.
So Phoebe, do you mind telling me about when you were a little bit younger and what happened to you?
I had a Bronze tumour. I had an operation and they got rid of my Bronze tumour, so I got one kidney.
Wow. So how long ago was that then?
I think it was when I was around 1 or 2. I don't really remember.
When Phoebe was about just before her sort of second birthday, we saw that she had a swelling in her kind of abdomen. So I took her to the doctors and they said maybe it might be a tumour, and we sort of went to have some scans, and then they told us in A&E that it was probably a Wilms tumour. They got straight in touch with Marsden. We went to the Marsden on the Monday and we had sort of, this is what's going to happen to your child. Your child's got cancer, you're going to have chemotherapy. Then just the day before her second birthday, she had a tumour taken out successfully. And luckily it was stage 1 and it hadn't spread. And they told us that a couple of weeks later, and it was like the best news.
You know, my thoughts recently have very much been about what this money means to the charity and what it enables them to do. Whether it's supporting families through family accommodation in these hospital units, whether it's the research that goes into helping come up with medicines and things that can help cure and treat childhood cancer. And you know, that's why we're doing what we're doing.
This is the final week.
So today I have an exclusive reveal of our Tour de Branch jersey. And the best way to reveal it, of course, is by wearing it. Ta-da! Look, you can see the back, you can see the front.
A major milestone. We've hit £200,000.
Oh my God! What have I done? What am I doing here? How am I going to get back to Northamptonshire from here without a plane, a train or a car?
With so little time left, Mike England and Guy McGrath take to the stage at the RS Global Conference.
But we just want to talk about something at Electric Components that is incredibly dear to all the employees and close to our heart. We wanted to do something that actually smashed all of our targets that we've ever done before in terms of charity raising. And realistically, we wanted to raise in one go of £250,000.
And I can't tell you the way that everybody's got behind this, both with inside the business and the team that have led this. I think have just been, you know, I think they've demonstrated every behaviour we have as a company around what good looks like.
Cheers, Mike.
Last training session done. Went out, adrenaline fueled, flying the colours. Yeah, feeling a little bit emotional. Went out, big miles, big smiles. I look back on Strava and I've just done over 1,400 and something odd miles in training, which puts it into perspective.
The core riders make their way up to Aberdeen for the start. No more training, no more planning. We're finally here.
What I'm most looking forward to about the ride itself is the last 6 miles from Bermondsey past Great Ormond Street through to RSHQ. It's going to be a mix of emotions, I think. What we've achieved, the distance we've covered, the days, the mileage, the climb. I think that it's going to be quite a special moment.
This is it. The start of the tour. There's no turning back now. This is so important. We can't let anyone down.
2 years in the making this has been, 2 years, and now we're here on the first day. So all we've got to do now is get to the RS local branch in Aberdeen, get our bikes and ride.
At least it's dry at the moment. Just got to find everything now.
She looks alright. She looks good. Now we're here. Feels real. Looking forward to it actually. As long as the rain stays off. It was a really, really good day. So we went over to Aberdeen branch. We thought obviously that the weather was going to be bad from the outset, but no, it wasn't. It was lovely. So we left there down a coastal route, which was fantastic. And as I said, it was bright, it was lovely, no wind on our backs. Had our first coffee break and really that's when the weather changed. Came out from there, and the Scottish mist, let's say, had come down to greet us. A few comments about my waterproof trousers, but hey, at least my legs were dry and warm. So yeah, a lovely ride today. The guy from Andy Cook Cycles, they're great, really friendly, helping us out. When I say helping us out, helping me out. So day 1, 2 punctures, 2 new tyres, and we also broke the track pump, so we're doing really well, or I'm doing really well. Yeah, so where we were today, we were driving down from Aberdeen down the Great Highlands Fault to Angus Glen, and then we've come into Perth, where we are now. Day 1 of Tour de Branch over. Wow. So all in all, a fantastic day, way better than we expected. But tomorrow, day 2, a lot more climb as we head over to Glasgow. So I'll report from there. Oh, what a ride today. Coming out of Perth, it was a 2.5 mile climb up, out, and then it was into the Garden of Scotland, Perthshire. Then we stopped for coffee at the Bridge of Allen. We stopped off quickly at Bannockburn, just on the entrance to it, for a photo shoot. And then we headed out into the countryside to a wonderful climb. We thought the one coming out of Perth was big. This one just went up. You know when you see a road and you just see it going up like that in front of you like a wall? And then there in front of you was just the view of Europe's biggest petrochemical company. Yeah, the view was intoxicating, some might say. No, it was fantastic. You could see the Firth road bridge and rail bridge over to one side, petrochemicals, and then just spanning out into the valley. Fantastic. From there, it was a hair-raising downhill descent for 2.5 miles over gravel and potholes. Daniel Childerhouse flew past me down there. I just lived on my brakes. I could smell rubber burning. Then up and over and into Glasgow.
It's day 3 of the tour, and it's our big press day.
Yeah, met lovely little Georgia today. Look, speaking to her parents, you realise that the ordeal that they've gone through, and I mean, to go through chemotherapy and to be dealing with what they had to deal with. I asked Georgia about it briefly this morning, so I said, do you have any memories, whatever else? She sort of said, no, I don't really remember any of it at all. To her mum then coming around and going, well, yeah, you're lucky, we do. And that's the thing, it's not just the sufferer that goes through it, it's the family around it and that support team that has to be so strong.
This morning it's been really great to have one of our patient families here with us today, our mini ambassador, Georgia. She's been absolutely fantastic. She's exactly what this charity is about. We know that survival rates are improving, and having Georgia and her family here really makes that prominent. We're all here today for Children with Cancer UK. RS have been supporting us for 2 and a bit years now. They've been such loyal supporters, it's been fabulous. £250,000. That's going to make a huge difference to the 12 children every single day who still get diagnosed with cancer.
First and foremost, from my point of view, I think what you guys are doing is absolutely amazing. There are going to be times, obviously, where it gets quite difficult. I had that in my career, and you have to definitely lean on each other. That's going to be a really big thing. And you look at people like Georgia and that, and you realise that when they come out the other side, you can go on to live such a brilliant life. And I think that should be for absolutely everybody. I'm genuinely inspired by you guys, genuinely. It's something I did. All I did was run and jump into a sandpit. You guys are doing something that truly is going to change people's lives and have such a massive impact on them. Have a good luck, guys. Good luck.
Hello everyone, day 3. Here I am. I thought I'd give you a flavour of what life is like. This is how we found to wash our clothes. You come in from the day, you're all stinky, a bit dirty off the road. Best way to clean it, in the bath. I'll admit, started off quite emotional at Glasgow trade counter. Greg Rutherford, what a lovely bloke. What a lovely, lovely bloke. Let's see if we can get him back. Giving us an inspirational speech, as if he needs to inspire us. What a great chap. But the most important thing today was I met Georgia, a mini ambassador for children with cancer, who battled, and I'm pleased to say, won her battle and was able to ring the bell. Lovely, lovely 12-year-old little girl, just older than my daughter. And you know, all the pain we've been through means nothing compared to what her parents and everything have been through. And it took ages to get outside of Glasgow. In fact, at one point there were buzzards circling over us. They obviously knew what was coming later, looking for the carcasses. Oh, we're a third of the way through and I ache. I hurt. My shoulders are so tight from sitting like this for like 6 to 7 hours a day. My thighs are sore, my back, I don't know what shape my back's going to be. Oh, it just hurts. My buttocks, they're not sore per se, they're just so tight. But we're a third of the way through. We're in Newcastle. Scotland is done. We're back in England, home soil. We had a 5-mile climb, and then we got to a point. Where we were just getting pummeled by the wind, and we hit a hill, and it was like 2 to 3 rocky hills on top of each other.
As things on the road get tougher, back at HQ, Tour de Branch fever has taken over. And just when we needed encouragement the most, our phones started going crazy.
Cyclists, you can do this! You can do it! Come on, guys.
Keep pedaling, guys. You're doing an amazing job, and it's a great cause. So.
Hi guys, I'm Elijah, and I'd just like to say to you, thank you for all the lovely things you're doing.
We're from Fulham Football Club. Wish good luck to all the riders.
What I am trying to illustrate here is the type of day we had, where basically we left Newcastle in the rain, and we're now
and you feel the only things that drag you along. When you're low on love, it's too hot from it. When the words they say.
It's 3:30 a.m. I'm in Leeds. I've been woken up by some pain, and you know we've done 440 miles. We've got 600 to go. I was talking to my wife, Karen. We've got 4 children. That's Cameron, Abigail, Carwyn, Oren. We have 20 years ago now. I think it was Cameron had open heart surgery. Between the ages of 4 and 7, we were in and out of hospital. He was gradually getting worse. So he was in and out of hospital. He had some, they had the surgery. So I know what it's like to sign a consent form. Health's a gift. Please understand why we're doing this. It's an incredibly worthy cause. It's children with cancer. We're supporting children through a really difficult time and their families through a really difficult time.
Can you believe it? Day 6, we are halfway through. We have cycled 500 miles and we will cycle 500 more to see those children ring their end of treatment bell. Absolutely mad. So we're in Alfreton now. So today, yeah, we went from Leeds to Manchester. We worked our way over the Pennines into Derbyshire in the rain again. I'm sure if we could have seen them, the views would have been beautiful. Another video.
Yeah.
Morning. I got no words.
No.
6:45.
We were asleep for once.
Me too.
Never mind, eh?
It's the little things that make you feel this way.
Hello everyone. I think that's day 7 today. Yeah, the big one. Wet start from Alfreton. Fantastic, meeting loads of new faces up there. People, you know, last week I think it was, we left at the office. Seeing them today was good. So it was a wet start from there, and then we set off over to Nottingham, where even more new faces joined us in the pouring rain. And it really poured at one point at Nottingham. And from there, 30 riders set out in, I think, 3 different teams for the big hurrah to Corby. Yeah, and an incredibly well staged by Susie, sunny entrance into Corby itself. So well done, Susie. Don't know how you pulled that one off. Allowed the branding to be shown in all of its glory.
Lift your head and watch your dreams branch out.
Came into Weldon, turned around the main building.
Looking forward to seeing a few friendly faces.
Turned the corner into sort of the road leading up to the branch, and just all of those people, that wall of sound and people waving. Yeah, melted. I just cracked. Went through the tunnel, a vague memory of, you know, that, turning the corner over the starting line, and that was it. I just had to go and hide behind a van and have a mini breakdown. My apology is because I had my head down so you couldn't see the tears.
To you thought that it can't be done. Well, can you see how far you've come? There's so much more space for you to fly. So I give up on what you love.
Yeah, interesting day today. The weather turned up and interacted with us. And then we headed out into the wilds of Warwickshire, Worcestershire, and that's when the heavens opened up. It became biblical. The rain was the heaviest we've had so far. The road just became a river. Couldn't see where you were going, you know, on the glasses. You know my shower scene? Totally like that. Day 9 to complete, another 92 miles. Probably today realised actually the cycling's the easy part. Cycling really is the easy part. The part that's the hardest is being away. Being away from my wife and my son. And especially on Father's Day today. But then in the end, that's why we're doing this.
We're doing this to keep families together. And so people can go home to their families and to their kids. And they can live a long life.
First dry, 100% dry day, which was lovely. Bit of a novelty for us. We actually saw some sun at some point, so that was lovely as well. So we started it off in Bristol, and we basically cycled through Somerset, through to Wiltshire, and down into Southampton, where we are today. Day 10 of Tour de Branche. Day 10. There's a chance we're actually going to do this thing.
Yes, so sure I've had my doubts, but I must keep pushing through.
Day 11 of Tour de Branche. And the tiredness is setting in. I thought yesterday was hard to get out of bed. Today was even harder. I think that we know the end is coming and my body is starting to shut down. So anyway, we left Southampton today. It was a light drizzle when we left and we got soaked again. So today we had a couple of really big climbs in there. And then we're just going to make our way through and around London, holding up traffic, inhaling fumes until we come to the grand finale at St Pancras, which I have mixed emotions about. I'll tell you that, but let's wait and see what the day holds.
As a business, we should be really proud of what we've achieved with all the different fundraising events that we've done over the past 2 years. We should do more, and we can do more, and let's not let this be a one-off event that achieves amazing things. Internally, collaboration, excitement, engagement through different functions and people working together achieve externally for charities and the difference we can make for them. I don't want this to be a one-off thing that we do, whether it's cycling next time, whether it's other events.
As 30 cyclists try to make their way through the city, the core group stop off to visit some old friends.
We can achieve big things as a business. We're a huge organisation and we should be really proud of what we can achieve and go out there and prove that. So hopefully we'll continue to raise billions of pounds for lots of worthy causes, and it will be great for us as a business and our employees and the charities that we work with.
I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. It's very odd. So we had lots of time to reflect today. This is it. We've done it, you know. And all those sort of fears and worries you'd have about will we actually get to the end in one piece, and they're all gone, you know.
Saying like, I'm not gonna wake up and have Alan walking down in lycra. I'm used to that, which is just going to be a really strange feeling tomorrow because we all just got on. There's been no egos in it. We've all just done what we've told. We're pretty secluded out on the road. You don't really know that people are rooting for you. So when you go into a reception like that, it was an amazing experience and one that I won't forget.
I've had the pleasure today of being on the last leg with all of the riders, and it's just been very humbling to see just the passion and the enthusiasm of all of the team for what is an unbelievable cause.
Journey waiting to start. Imagine us going far, 'cause they couldn't change that, my love.
We've done fantastic Day of the True Legends. What we've done this week has been the easy bit, like Chris said in his video. We've rode some bikes. As a team, we have raised £230,000. A lot of money!
I think they all get to say at the end of it when they complete it that they were involved in something that changed lives, and I think that is very, very special for anybody to be able to say.
It's now December 2019, 6 months after the tour finished. The hype for the event didn't seem to slow down, and the donations, they just kept rolling in. 1,100 miles over 12 days and £250,000 raised for Children with Cancer UK. Wow, what an incredible journey.
And may I take this opportunity to say thank you to RS for all your efforts. It's wonderful.